Remember back in the day when we sat down at our desks at school and not on them? With that in mind, I wonder what we do with chairs these days. Number 1 Mountain View versus Cheyenne East in a 3A versus 4A game. First quarter, East not wasting any time off the opening tip. Brittany Lawson gets the early bucket to put her team on the scoreboard first. Then the Lady Thunderbirds will find Lexi Hawkins, who is wide open in the corner. She'll kiss that ball off the glass for 3 to put the team up 5-zip. They were taken off in a hurry and leaving the opposition behind in the dust. Lawson again gets a few friendly bounces before it drops through. We've only played 1 minute and the scoreboard reads 9-0. There was more to come. Megan Sipe with the backcourt steal, layup, hoop, and the foul. 3-point play, East now up 12-zip. Mountain View needed to get something going soon or else they were going to be in major trouble. Tawny Bugas might have gotten away with a travel, but the refs give her 2 and the Lady Buffaloes are finally on the scoreboard. The Lady T-Birds were still firing on all cylinders. Sydney Schanefeld is at the top of the key and she opens the door for 3. It's now 15-2. Still in the first quarter, East driving. Stephanie Smith with the rejection from Mountain View, but Sipe cleans up the mess and puts it in the can for 2. A 17-2 run for the defending 4A state champs. Then the Lady Buffs finally got it in gear. Stephanie Smith will collect the offensive rebound and score 2 points her way, but her team still has more work to do, down 17-4. The top-ranked team in 3A needed to prove they were just that. Bugas banks one off the glass for another bucket. It's now 17-6. Getting the offensive board is pretty easy when you're 6'5". Stephanie Smith proves my point by catching the air ball and deposits 2 more of her 12 to make it 17-8. Defense and transition started to play a part. McKenna Salisbury with the rip. She'll take that ball the other way and get the finish for Mountain View, but made the score a little more respectable, down 17-10 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, East would start out with a little thievery of their own. Lawson with the deflection, and then she doesn't have to go far in order to get 2 points. That pushes the lead up to 19-10. Well, like I said, being the tallest girl on the floor can come in handy at times. Stephanie doesn't have to jump to get the ball back from her own misses, and not much can stop her from scoring when she's that close to the hoop. Lady Buffs down 19-12. Being that tall in the girls' game is also good for defense. Lawson tries, but that package got returned to sender. Lady T-Birds would have to find another way. Mountain View has another Smith on the team. This is Emily, 6 feet even, and scoring off the inbounds. They're getting closer, down 19-14. The East can do that too. Sipe, the reigning Wyoming Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year, led all scorers with 18, and her team would go back up by 9. But the Smith sisters were starting to become a dominating force in this game. Emily outscored her younger but bigger sister with 14 of her own. Mountain View still down 25-18. But there's more to the Lady Buffaloes than those two. Kaylin Gibbs is already on the other end of the floor, and this bucket has it down to a 5-point game, 25-20. East wasn't going to give up the lead that easily. Hawkins knocks one off the glass and gets the bounce off the rim for 3 of her 16. Lady T-Birds went into the locker room up 28-20. Third quarter, the ladies from Cheyenne would pick a few pockets. Hawkins would end up with the ball and get 2 points when this play was all said and done. The lead swells back up to 12, 32-20. Mountain View would use their sisterly connection on offense at times. Emily gets the ball to Stephanie, and she gets the 2 points on this play as the Lady Buffs were in catch-up mode once again. The older and shorter sister had her moments as well. Emily works her way in for a basket, and the Lady Buffaloes are getting closer, down 32-26. A stampede was in the works. Salisbury's coming down the lane, and she'll score for her team. A 10-zip run for Mountain View, and it's now a 2-point game, 32-30. East had to step up the defense, and they did. Hawkins was waiting on that inbound play. That's an easy 2 points to open up a little breathing room. It's 34-30. Lady Buffaloes were not about ready to let it get out of reach again, not when they have at least one 6-footer on the floor. Emily scores 2, and Mountain View was only down 36-32 going into the last 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, the Lady Buffs had another charge in them. Emily gets behind everybody for the lay-in, ends up eating floor as well, but the deficit's back down to 2, 36-34. But they never did get over the hump. Sipe, 18-footer, can't it. Lady T-Birds up 6, 40-34. The defense had its moments. Hawkins with the steal, takes off the other way, puts up a shot, and one. East is starting to pull away, up 43-34. And then sometimes they found a way to deal with the height disadvantage. Lawson gets that ball up, over, and in for 2 more points. The lead is back up to double digits at 11. But just because you got the ball past one 6-footer doesn't mean you'll get it by the other. Emily delivers a swat, and I think that one sent a message. East would not be deterred. Lawson gets the turnover, then delivers the assist to Hawkins, who gets the finish, caps off a 13-zip run, and the Lady Thunderbirds use that to go on and win 55-39.